Hey, how's it going? So we're gonna be doing observables. Like observables in Angular is just a shitty version. It's basically a shitty version of asynchronous functions from JavaScript, right? So when you're in your services, we need to import. Now it's not even Angular service; it's some kind of mumbo jumbo, RxJS or something like that, right? So we need to import observable, right? And then we need to import off, and it comes from RxJS library. Okay. So normally when you create a function, let's call it. No, actually, I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna do it in a mock function. So we're gonna go to dummy services. All right. So here we have a function. Well, it's Angular, so it's called method, right? I call it method function. Okay. Now it has an argument. Let's just remove the argument so you don't get confused. And it should return something unless it's a void, right? So this is what I think about this stuff. Okay, so let's create dummy array equals, let's just put it as like this, so it doesn't complain about the type. All right, so and it's going to be string array. Okay, so let's put A, B, and then C. Okay, so normally the way you return is like this: return this dot dummy array. Okay, so this is now returning this shite in here. Okay, so if we were to go to boy, so exciting, so exciting, I have to say. So we need to import simple console log, right? So we need to import dummy service in here. So we need to do import like this from da 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 da. Where's the dummy service? Services, and then we need the dummy service. Okay. We need to inject it as a provider. So provider dummy service. And now we need to, I don't know, put it as an argument into the constructor. So this is called, you need to write private dummy. Here you can name it shake and bake, but I mean, convention is just to do the same name, only with a lowercase. Based on my observation, I think that's the convention, right? And then we can now start using it, all right? So we can start using this dot dummy service. So dummy service is now whatever is in this component. So we can technically call this method and it will give us a console log dummy service, blah, 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 right? What is it complaining about? So it's complaining something is wrong in task component. Hold on a sec. I'll be back. All right, so I fixed it. The problem was it's not provider. It's providers. So it's a plural, right? So there is our console log now, right? Okie dokes. So now we want to convert this shite into an asynchronous function, which is also called observable in dummy services, right? So the first thing you need to do, you need to import observable and then you need to import off from RxJS library. So RxJS is automatically built into Angular. So now we need to convert. So the way to convert, we need to put like this, and then like a type, right? Observable, and then any. You can put anything you want. I just use any, right? Now it's going to complain that this is not a observable. Okay, so now we need to convert this into an observable. So the way to do that is let observable dummy array equals of, I'm not sure, I think it's either dummy array or this, yeah, this dummy array. Okay, and then we're gonna return this here. Whoops. Okay, so what's going to happen is it's going to still work, but we want to extract this value out of it, right? And the way to do that is we use subscribe. You know, normally you do that, then data console log data, right? That's the way you do it in an async function, right? But it doesn't work in here because it's not, it's basically a shitty version of it. So you need to use subscribe. Okay, now it's going to work. You see? So there is the array. Now everything is the same. It's basically an async function, and that's it. So normally in JavaScript, to convert a function into an async, you just type async, right, like this, and then it does this. So this is exactly the same shit, only you have to do it through Angular, which is like 10 times harder than JavaScript for no reason whatsoever, right? It's just basically for nerds to, because you see sometimes nerds, they get a kick out of doing things more complex than they are. You know what I mean? So that's why this is here. You know what I mean? Honestly, you can probably do it in here, like JavaScript. You can just do all your JavaScript in here, and once the values are ready, you can just pass them into the class. But because I'm learning Angular, might as well learn this mumbo jumbo shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, so just think about it is like there in JavaScript, like you have to put async in here, and then you have to put await. In Angular, you have to put observable and then off, right? So you're converting the whatever into the, so this would be like await, probably, right? But because it's observable, it's an off. And in here, again, as opposed to using that then, you're using that subscribe. Other than that, it's just completely identical. Okay? Take care. Whoops, wrong one. Take care.